Hi, I'm Queena, occupational therapist with the Calgary Catholic School Division. Here are some ways to work on in-hand manipulation and bilateral coordination using everyday at-home items.
Bilateral coordination will be incorporated into many of these examples, and that is using your hands in the same direction for the same movements, such as rolling out theraputty or Play-Doh into a worm, as well as for using your hands in different movements, such as holding the paper with your helper hand while you're using your scissor hands to cut, and open and closing the blades, as well as steering the paper with your helper hand. There are three types of movements needed for good in-hand manipulation. One is translation. So this is the ability to move an object from the palm of the hand to the fingertips and back. So something like this. A second movement is shift. This is adjusting and moving an object between the tips of the index finger and thumb, like this. The third movement is rotation. So rotating an object between the thumb and the fingers, like this. So we've tried to give you some examples using what may be some everyday home items, so you don't feel like that you need to go out and get specific items to be able to practice these skills. For translation, one way that you can work on this is using any coins that you have at home. So you can have your child pick it up and hide it in their palm. You can make it a game to see how many they can hide in their palm, and then have them bring the coin back out and put it into a piggy bank. This skill can also be practiced using Cheerios, M&Ms, board games such as Connect 4, or even using bingo chips. Another way you can work on translation is by stringing beads. So if you have your child hide the bead in their palm, again to try to hide a number of them, and then bring the beads back up and then string it on. You can also have your child make paperclip chains, as well as bobby pin stars. So the bobby pin star could look something like this. For shifting, this could be practiced with a deck of cards. So you can make it a game to have your child sort the cards by color. So taking the index finger and the thumb at the bottom to make sure that they're only taking one card at a time, and having them sort this way. You could also have them turn the pages of a book using the same skill here for shift. So using the index finger and the thumb to make sure that they only have one page to turn. There are also lacing and sewing cards, and if you don't have those at home, you can also easily make your own. Here I have a piece of white paper, and I've just hole punched it here. The hole punching is also a great way for your child to work on some of those hand strengthening skills. And using the same shoelace that I had earlier for beading, you can have your child poke the shoelace through the holes like this in an up and down fashion. And this is just the shoelace that we took from one of our shoes. For rotation, this could be incorporated into part of the morning routine. So having your child twist the lid off of the toothpaste and then putting it back on when they're done with it. Same thing with jars, maybe for spices while you're cooking. Turning the dice within your fingertips to see different sides. Playing finger soccer. So this is also great for bilateral coordination, just ripping any pieces of recycled paper that you may have, having your child crumple it up in their fingertips, as well as making their own goalposts. So that could look like rolling Play-Doh in their fingertips, which is also great for rotation. And then having them poke, for example, toothpicks through to make the goalpost, looking something like this. This is also part of rotation. So you can have your child wind up by tucking their index finger into that part of their thumb and then trying to flick it through the goalpost. Now, if you also have your child playing with someone or playing with you, you could also then be the goalpost and have your child flick, oh, missed. And also, you can have your child put on and take off nuts from a bolt. So hopefully those are some easy at-home ideas for materials that you already have.